It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. The Hallis Trophy and a date at the Super Bowl await one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Buying some time left. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out. It's a 31-yard play. And the Falcons will have a first. They send the tight end in motion. First and 10, around to Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Lawrence working from the gun. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. So now on is Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing a lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run here. It's Zach Moss who gets it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And he's taken down at the 30. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and 10 now from the 30. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Able to find Hawkinson. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll run with Moss. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Moss. And he's brought down after a decent gain. Give them 3 yards, and they're just inches away on third down.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings finish off their opening drive. Reichard there to tack on the extra points. And the Vikings one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Evans now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
On second down, Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on third down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Vikings football. This our last play of the quarter. First and 10. Here's McCarthy. Connects with his back. Aaron Jones. And what a hit there. Ouch. She faced the price for moving the chains that time. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. 7-3 is our score. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Has it downfield, working the left. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Now a give up the middle to Moss. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Running on 2nd with Moss. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the 1st. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. They'll run here following the penalty. And he will get into the end zone for a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings now lead by 10. Zach Moss, the touchdown. Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Carter on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 30 on 2nd down. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's in the hands of Moore. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 29 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A give left side. Here's Robinson. And working a couple of yards past the line. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
From the 32. Moore's got it. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Robinson on the inside give. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. So it's the 2-minute warning here for Minneapolis. It's the Falcons facing 2nd and 5. From the 17. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now it's Lawrence. It's into the hands of Mooney. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Slot man motioned over. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Falcons make it a one-score game before halftime. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to... Starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. McCarthy looking to throw. He's on the move. Now he fires it deep down the near side. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield. back who can show off his wheels.
Moss. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll try to do it himself. And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Vikings will add to their lead at the end of the half. J.J. McCarthy the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hack, right, an extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Returnable from the 1. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he's going to take this return out of bounds. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he drives that rug backward on a gain of 4. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They're now set for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here comes the final play of our first half. One final shot before halftime. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. flag is down here. This might be a free play. He throws a bullet to the center. He's got it at the 30. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings push their lead to 18. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Chooses to bring this one out. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bijan. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 28. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings almost took it all the way back. Oh, what a return down to the 5. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Vikings pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Zach Moss, the touchdown. Reichert on for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings continue piling on to this lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Evans now to return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. A give to Robinson. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
From the 31. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He lets a heater go. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons make it an 18-point game.
Falcons 17,
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy finds a seam down the middle. Oh, this big guy is moving! And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Moss. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
A tight end in motion now. They look to run with Moss. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your 2nd read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings grow their lead yet again. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And look at this return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Staying with Robinson. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They'll run it with Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it, and now they get themselves off the field.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He's on the move. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
For the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 23. Buys time, rolling right. Complete out to the right side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. The Falcons have the football, playing for their season here. They're trailing. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
Complete to Rondale Moore. It's a game of 25 yards. First down, Atlanta.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Lawrence working from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw, Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Byron Murphy picks it. 30. The 10. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A toss now to Robinson. Jukes one defender, and they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards, and it's good for an Atlanta first down. Lawrence throwing here. He's going deep this time. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Flush down now to his left. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Falcons will have a first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They put Mooney in motion right. Now the give for Bijan. Has some space inside the 15. All the way. That's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons cut into the lead by another point. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Now, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey,
And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Moss. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
They send a tight end in motion. 2nd down, another run by Moss. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings on the favorable end of this blowout. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Has his man. It's Addison. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Moss gets it going right. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Running on 2nd with Moss. And he'll advance this down to the 22-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And one last huge step has been taken, Carter, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.